Hello, this is Mr. Stansbury. I'm going to take you through some of the problems on the 5A assignment. Okay, so first one, number one, write down the first four terms of the sequence if you start with 4 and add 9 each time. So first number is 4, add 9 to that, and we get 13. Add 9 to that, and we get 22. And then add 9 to that, and we get 31. And that's the first four terms of the sequence. All right. Number 3, to consider the sequence 4, 7, 10, 13, and 16. Describe the sequence in words. Now what we can do is just kind of take the info that we had on this one right before it. You start with blank and add blank each time. Okay, so let's do that. So A, start with, and in this case we're starting with 4, and add. We're adding, let's see, plus 3 gives us 7, plus 3 gives us 10. So we're just adding 3 each time. So add 3 each time. Okay, and that should work out just fine for that one. Part B says write down the values of U1 and U4. So that is, this means here the first term. Okay, and then this here is the fourth term. Okay, so U1, the first term is 4, and then the fourth term, 1, 2, 3, 4, is 13. Okay, assuming the pattern continues, find the value of U sub 8. So the eighth term, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus 3 is 19. That's 6, 7, 8. Plus 3 is 22, plus 3 is 25. Okay. C says, assuming the, oh yeah, sorry, we did that. So B, we had 4 and 13. C was 25. Okay. 6, consider the number sequence, so forth and so on. Which of these is the correct explicit formula for this sequence? So which one of these formulas works for that? Okay. Let's see. Really, what we can do is really an easy way to do this is just to plug stuff in and see what happens. Okay. Now, no matter what, if we plug in 1 minus 10 gives us negative 9, 1 squared minus 10 gives us negative 9, and 1 cubed minus 10 gives us negative 9. So that doesn't help. 2 is what's going to probably help us. So if we plug in 2 minus 10, that gives us negative 8. That doesn't work. 2 squared minus 10 is 4 minus 10. Okay, and that gives us negative 6, which is the second term, which is what we're looking for since we're plugging in 2. And then 2 cubed is 8 minus 10 gives us negative 2. That's not what we're looking for either. So it's looking like it's going to be B. Let's just double check by plugging 3 in. 3 squared is 9. 9 minus 10 is negative 1. That works. So I'm feeling pretty good about B for our answer. Okay. Part B says use the correct formula to find the 20th term of the sequence. So 20th term, we're just going to plug 20 in for the n. So we would write, it's U sub n. So really this says U sub 20, which means the 20th term is going to equal 20 squared minus 10. Okay, so U sub 20. 20 squared is 400 minus 10. So the 20th term is going to equal 390. All right, taking a look at 7C, write a description of the sequence and find the next two terms. So 36, let's see, we subtract 5 to get to 31, subtract 5, subtract 5. So let's go with start with 36, and we can put add negative 5, or we could just put subtract 5 each time. Okay, I like that one a little bit better. It seems to describe it a little bit more. The book says 5 less than the previous term, so that's fine too. So that's write a description of the sequence, but now we also have to and find the next two terms. So subtract 5 more and we are at 16. Subtract 5 more and we are at 11. So 16 and 11 are also the next two terms of that sequence. Okay, all right, so let's look at number 9. So This one is just find the next two terms of the sequence, so we got to figure out what's going on. Let's see, we subtract 4, subtract 4, subtract 4. So all we got to do is subtract 4 two more times. That's 79, and then minus 4 more gives us 75. So we get 79 and 75 for A. And then D, let's see, we add 1 to get to 3, add 2 to get to 5, add 2 to get to 7, add 4 to get to 11. So this one's a trickier one. This one's a little bit harder one to figure out. Here's another way to look at it. 2 plus 3 gives you 5. 3 plus 5, oops, doesn't give us 7, so that doesn't work really either. 1 plus 2 plus 2 plus 4. Oh, look, these are prime numbers. 2, 3, 4 is not prime, but 5 is. 6 isn't, 7 is. 8 isn't, 9 isn't, 10 isn't. 11 is. So now we got to find the next two prime numbers. So not 12, but 13 works. 14, 15, and 16 are all composites. So then 17 is our next prime number. So for those we get 13 and 17 on that. Okay. One last one, number 10. Evaluate the first 5 terms of the sequence. So I would simply just make a little chart here. We can say n is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we're just going to plug 1 in, and we're going to get our first 5 terms. Okay, so n, and this is really would be u sub n. That's the term. So 2 times, if we plug 1 in for n, 2 plus 11 is 13. 2 times 2 is 4 plus 11 is 15. And then you put a 3 in there. 6 plus 11 is 17. If you look on here, look, we're going up by 2 each time, which is signaled by that right there. So we just add 2 more to get to 19, 2 more to get to 21. Okay, and that's all there is for these problems here. If you have any further questions on any of the 5A assignment, please feel free to ask. Thanks.